The miso corny is exactly what it sounds like. This delicious, mayo-y, cheesy corn in a cup. That's probably the most talked about item on the menu. It started because I would go to a street vendor, but now he has a line of like 100 people every night to get a corn. I said, I'm not gonna wait in that line. I'm gonna make my own miso corny. We also have the miso corny flaming hot, really, really delicious. And then a lot of people use flaming hot regular. I go for the flaming hot puffs. Does it make a difference? You have to judge for yourself. So we're gonna make the corn cup. We have all of our ingredients nicely lined up. This corn was cooked this morning. I cut it up myself. All right, here we go. A little bit of corn, nice and hot. Fresh corn, mayonnaise.
That regular mayonnaise?
Yep. You have to cover the whole top. The cotija cheese. I mean, in Latin culture, that we call this the stinky cheese. I love the stinky cheese. Again, make sure you cover the whole thing. This is the flaming hot. So we ground it up. What makes our corn so good? People, when they make the corn, they leave water in it. No water.
What was that?
That was the butter. That's another secret ingredient. And the lime or lima.
Oh, there's like a whole layer of goodness on there.
I'm just corny for corn, man. That's it. I love corn.
Welcome to the Sunset Beach water tower. Sunset Beach has a green belt that runs down the middle of it, and that was used for trains. And the water tower was a stop for trains to fill up with water, but it was in jeopardy of being torn down when the train stopped running. And in 1986, it was turned into a house. At the time it was built, it was the tallest house from ground to ceiling in America. It's now still the second tallest, but the only one with a great ocean view. So the tower, when you get up to the house, which starts at about 70 feet and goes up to over 100 feet, is 3 floors of windows that go round and round and tower above everything in Southern California. So you got a great beach and harbor view. It would have been behind this wall, and we turned it into a little bedroom that you can go into. We got a little bed up there. Yes, it's on HomeAway, and anyone can come and rent it out, and a lot of people do. It was badly dilapidated, and in 1986 the community really identified with it, and there was a big Save Our Water Tower Foundation that was started, and we owe a lot to a guy by the name of George Odell, who he and his partner then bought the property and turned it into the house that it now is in 1986. And this is the main floor. There's a train that runs around the top. So Walter is our mascot. Walter was the fictitious conductor that used to stop at the train to fill up with water. It's akin to a hidden Mickey at Disneyland, and there's 11 Walters hidden throughout the house.
Of course I buy that beer after exercising is good for you. It's science.
We studied science, biology in college, so anything that's backed by science, I definitely believe in it.
Yeah, I agree. Stretch in, and stretch.
I don't stretch.
All right, everybody, welcome everybody to Fishtown Beer Runners! The Fishtown Beer Runners is a running club started by myself and a friend of mine, Eric Filder, in 2007. We want to welcome everyone. We are the Fishtown Beer Runners. The motto of the Fishtown Beer Runners is responsible running and drinking in the interest of science. The way it works is we run together for about a block or two. My friend Eric, who co-founded FBR with me, came upon a study that said if you drink a beer after a run, it won't hurt you and you might be a little happier. So we took that research and decided to apply it here in Fishtown. by creating the Fishtown Beer Runners. We like to go around and introduce ourselves, so we'll start right here.
Like,
And Jenna.
A new runner who shows up for the first time should expect to be welcomed warmly,
Kristen.
should expect to meet friends, and should expect to be encouraged and pushed further in their running goals. All right, everybody, have a great run. See you at the bar. Fishtown Beer Runners run every Thursday night. We run about 3 to 5 miles. It's a fun run. Get to the bar, no questions asked. The group has grown steadily, and not only the Fishtown chapter, which has grown from 2 members to any given Thursday night, we'll have 100 to 125 runners, but also chapters.
how'd you do, guys? It was great. Nothing like running in a July day.
There's been about 15 chapters here in the States. There's over 50 chapters in Spain. There's several throughout Europe as well. I'm most proud of the community that we've built here not only in Fishtown, but also across the various chapters all over the world. People have come up to me and said, hey, we would never have run or started exercising without this.
It's not like a competitive running group. It's not a training group. If you're not even a runner, if you want to get into it, come out, because a lot of people here that are now running marathons start that same way.
Cheers!
All right, Fishtown Beer Runners! Over the course of 10 years, we've had 10 Fishtown Beer Runner weddings and 6 Beer Runner babies. Before we do tonight's toast,
And we've been in Philly for 7 years, and I think each week we've been to a new bar. So it's a great way to really expand where you usually hang out in your neighborhood or your little niche.
as we join together with the American Cancer Society determination to fight cancer. We're very involved in raising money for a variety of charities throughout our community. Last year alone, we raised over $13,000. We're on the Fishtown Beer Runners, responsible running and drinking. It is up.
Really good. I was expecting it to be a little bit colder, but it was actually really warm. With this one, I was able to walk after. Last time in San Luis, I wasn't able to walk. I crawled out of the water. We finally got a case for it.
Crispy, savory, delicious. It all comes back to tater tots. The most quoted movie in this kitchen is Napoleon Dynamite. Every day I hear, give me some of your tots, Napoleon.
Give me some of your tots. No, go find your own.
This is where it all starts, tater tots. The heart of the wrap. Conrad's Grill is a very unique concept, something a lot of people have never tried. We do tot wraps. Anything you can imagine, from breakfast. What is breakfast without some French toast? To more of your late night style food. A couple chicken tenders with tater tots packed in. And of course, the tater tots. The legend of the tot wrap started with Joe Conrad. This all happened in East Lansing, Michigan, where Michigan State University is. Hanging out with his buddies. What are we gonna have before we hit the town? Pulled whatever he had out, tater tots and tortillas and ranch dressing, and let's wrap this up and take it to go, and that was that. Tater tots are fantastic. Wraps are great. Put it all together. It's convenient, it's hot, it's delicious. people's reactions have been awesome. It's been great to see alumni come in from MSU and, they say, I haven't had anything like this in, 10 years. And then you get people off the streets who are very confused. There are a lot of different types of potatoes you can get, but in our eyes, tots are definitely superior. Conrad's is the place where you can get your tots, wrap them up, comes from one's ability to be creative.
Are you gonna eat your tots? No. Can I have them?
Love crocheting anything. When you stop and see something crocheted outside, it's so unexpected.
Those two. Thank you. It's very nice, interesting.
I'm kind of reinventing it in a new way, adding a millennial twist, if you will. My name is London Kay, and I'm a street artist, and I use all yarn. It's all crocheted, and I leave it out on the street for people to enjoy. It went from like super simple scars on trees, and then I slowly developed my own style, and it's still going strong. One of my favorite pieces was a crochet dragon, and it was up for about 2 weeks, which is a good run for a piece of street art. And when it came down, people in the neighborhood came back to the dragon and hung up these ribbons saying, who took my dragon? Where's my dragon? And it was the first time that I saw how the art can connect to the community and what it really means to people having something like that there. I started my Instagram account about 5 years ago. Instagram has been one of the greatest things for street art because you never know how long it's going to last. I've been really lucky. Every job that I've gotten crocheting has been very organic, and it's been from my street art. I always leave a tag out, and about a year into doing it, brands and companies started reaching out, and I was like, I could crochet and do that. So I've worked for Miller Lite. We did a 50-foot by 25-foot billboard in Times Square. Creating a billboard was one of those things where they asked, can you do it? And I was like, of course. And then I had to figure it out. I created the whole thing out here in New York, and then got to go to a billboard factory in Ohio to piece it together, laying out all the elements, making it look perfect, attaching it to vinyl, and then they ended up driving it back to the city, and we got to go super early one morning to Times Square, and they unrolled it on a billboard. It was a dream come true. The month that it was up, I was there every morning, making sure that no crochets loose or things are falling down on 7th Avenue there, but it was perfect. A lot of people have been following me since the beginning. To see kind of how things have changed from then until now is fun for everybody.